Hello, my friends, and welcome to another weekly reading vlog or a weekly vlog. It's Monday the 26th, and it's 12:07. I had a lazy morning. I didn't really get moving until about 10 o'clock. I just laid in my bed. I'm actually off. Today's my day off from work, so I just kind of laid around and then played some games on my phone, and then I got busy, had to run to the store. There's some hand soap that I wanted to get, so I got that. And then had some lunch. I'm sitting at my desk. I'm going to kind of plan out maybe some ideas I might have for, or at least the schedule for like YouTube and stuff. But so we'll go from there. Today is my mom's first day back at work since her shoulder surgery. So far the day's going okay. We'll see. She got a ride to work with a coworker. But that coworker has to stay late in a meeting, and so she needs a ride home. So I'm going to leave here in about just shy of 2.5 hours, so by 2:30, to go and pick her up from work. So I'm going to do that. So I've got, again, just shy of 2.5 hours to do what I feel like I need to do or want to do. So let's go ahead and start with a reading update. Separation Anxiety. Finished it. Really enjoyed it. I gave it 3 stars. It was enjoyable. Contemporary deals a lot with, like the title says, it talks about separation anxiety. It deals with a lot of anxiety in general. So if things like that can trigger you, just be forewarned going into that. I did notice that when I was reading that, because of how the situations or how the characters are feeling was I thought well enough explained, I could feel my anxiety kind of ratcheting up a little bit. So that's definitely a new experience for me. So definitely something for me to keep in mind. Still enjoyed it, but because I didn't like how I physically felt while reading it, it did take the stars down a little bit. But I did mention in last week's vlog that my favorite chapter was about the secret pooper. That still was my favorite. And you find out who the secret pooper is later on at the end of the book as it wraps up. There was still some things that it was like I would have liked to have seen wrapped up, but in reality, life doesn't always give you wrapped up situations. So I thought it was realistic. I thought the rep for anxiety was well done. And I liked the writing enough that I will definitely be picking up more of Laura Zigman's books, and definitely checking out more of her work. So, but this, you follow Judy. Is that right? I'm blanking on her name. Yeah, Judy. She wrote a children's book and was never able to get to where she could write a successful follow-up book, or her career just kind of goes down, and that's all in the flap. And it talks about her husband with drugs, but it's really not what you think with that. I mean, there is some, but not all of the husband drug stuff is what you think. Don't want to say too much. Same typical teenage stuff with their 13-year-old boy. Is what I say, and I don't have any kids, so I can't say from my experience, other than from being a teenager once, how the kid acted as some things that were similar to how I may have acted, or how I saw some of my friends act, but obviously from the child's point of view. But I thought it was pretty realistic from what I've heard other parents talk about with their children. So you would know more about that if you're a parent and you read this. So, but I enjoyed it. Again, I'll definitely pick up more of her work to read in the future. And I will hold on to this book because this is definitely worth a reread in my opinion. So do that. And then I read Stuart Little by E.B. White. So this is the middle grade. It follows the mouse Stuart. He lives with a family of humans. They treat him like a human. They just modify things in the house so that he can do what he needs to do to like shower and take care of himself and for his bed and stuff. Couple of things that would not stand. It's a classic. Couple of things that would not stand up to today. I don't think if this was written today, like the bed that Stuart Little sleeps in is made out of a cigarette box. Knowing what they've done with Disney, how now in Disney they don't allow smoking in their movies and stuff, I think it would probably be, would not surprise me if it'd be similar in this, where an author would say, figure out a different box for the mouse to live in, not a cigarette box. So there's that. One thing that did, I mean, I gave it a 3-star. Again, I'm not the target audience. It was sweet. I've read better middle grade, in my opinion. You know, so I just gave it a 3-star just because I'm not the target audience. It was okay. I'll definitely consider rereading it in the future, type of a thing. But my biggest, I think, issue with this is there's this part where there's a problem that arises that that I think a child if a child were, and again, I do not have children, so please take this with a grain of salt. I think if a child were to read this, they could think that, oh, that could be a solution to a problem that they face, when in reality it is not. And it is not a good solution. I mean, either way it's a solution, but it's a bad solution in my opinion. And I don't think there was no consequence for that decision to deal with the conflict. So that's a big problem that I had with this. I still gave it 3 stars. It was still fine. But that was a problem that I had. If you've read it, you may know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't read this was my very first time reading Stuart Little. I also read her, because I didn't realize that, I don't know, I couldn't remember the author of Charlotte's Web, but I read Charlotte's Web 2 years ago for the first time, and that was okay. I think I enjoyed I enjoyed Charlotte's Web more than Stuart Little. I think I'm not going to go out of my way to get any more of books by E.B. White. I think maybe the writing's just not for me, and that's just a personal preference. But again, my biggest problem was how Stuart handled a conflict and that there was no consequences for that. And I know it's just very short, but I think this book should have been maybe a little bit longer to deal with a consequence for a decision that he made. But yeah, so we'll just leave it at that because I don't know how else to describe that. So I started reading Big Little Lies by Liane Moriarty. I'm on page 83, which is chapter 14. Yeah, chapter 14. So I don't know much about it. I mean, yeah, because it's still in the building. I've met in the building phase of the story and plot and everything. So I've met Celeste and Madeline, and what's the other one's name? Jane. So I've met those 3 main characters and Renata, I think. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Can't remember. And then, of course, there are 3 kids. And then there's this issue. Jane's the mother of Ziggy. And they're new to the area. But you learn that right away. And there's something that's happened. And so you're kind of feeling... So a murder takes place. And it says it on the back. There's a murder. And so it kind of goes between... I mean, you're going on. And then all of a sudden it'll be like 4 months before the murder. So you're kind of on a countdown, and then it's 3 months before the murder, and I'm trying to go, when's the next countdown? Because it's just, and it does follow different POVs. So yeah, so here's one. It says 3 months before the trivia night, which the trivia night is when it takes place at the elementary school, and the trivia night is for parents only. So... And trivia night is where supposedly that you learn from within the first chapter and a half that is when it sounds like the murder happened, because there's a whole heck has already hit the fan. So it does follow different point of views. You follow Celeste's point of view. Something's already happened with Celeste that I didn't realize, and I'm going to say right off, because this could be a huge trigger. And so this is a little bit of a spoiler, so I am going to hold my hand up. And if you don't want to be spoiled for this, skip ahead to when I don't have my hand up anymore. Trigger for spousal abuse. Yeah. So that's, I know that can be a huge issue and huge trigger for a lot of people. So definitely trigger warning for that. If you don't want to know what that trigger was, obviously you waited until I put my hand down. I would just suggest look up, try and find a place where there are trigger warnings listed for this. Because there's definitely, at least right now, I've come across a big one that can be huge to quite a bit of people. So we're following Celeste's point of view. Occasionally we go into, and then we go into Jane's point of view and Madeline's point of view, who are the three main women. And then of course it talks about how they're kindergarten moms. They all three of them, that's the commonality. They have a child that's 5 years old or is at the kindergarten age, where they go to a kindergarten orientation and they kind of meet and everything. There was one part that made me chuckle. There's a rolling in it. One of the characters twisted or rolled their ankle. And so that's how some people kind of meet in that scenario. And it was laughable. It just kind of made me chuckle a little bit out loud, because I can definitely see that happening to me at some point, because I am a klutz. However, I would not be in the situation that the one character is that rolled her foot. And that's because I don't wear the type of shoes that the character wears. The character that rolled her ankle talks about stiletto heels. I do not wear stiletto heels. If I wear heels, I mostly wear flats. If I ever wear heels, it's like inch and a half in height at the most. So that's that. So I'm just going to read some more before I go pick my mom up. I'm working on some things on my computer. I'm trying to upload yet another video, and it's going to take probably several hours to upload because my computer is just slow like that. But that's what I'm doing right now, and what I'll be doing pretty much all day. So I'm just going to read some more. I hope to get a good way done. I mean, with it being the 26th, I still have 4 other books if I want to complete my TBR, which I want to. But will I? I doubt it. Especially where, I mean, it's 26, so I have the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st. So 5 days, not including today, to get done 5 books. So 5 books in total of 6 days. Yeah, not happening. So I've kind of given up on that, but I will still get as much done as I can. So I'm going to go ahead and finish or get as far as I can. I'm not, as you can see, there's still quite a bit, because this is a good size. This is over 400, around 450, I think. I'm not going to read the parts about like if you're in a book club, how it has the discussion questions. 486, so it's just shy of 500 pages, so good size. So we're on page 82. No, I'm on page 83. I have like 403 pages left, so it'll be a bit. Snowed yesterday. There's still snow on the ground. It's pretty much melted. There's just spots where where it's mostly shade and the sun doesn't get to a lot, that there's still snow on some of the roofs. I'm not going to show you the houses because I don't know if people in the neighborhood want their houses on camera, so I'm not going to do that. But yes, it snowed. And I feel bad. One of my mom's dogs, Max, you've seen him quite a few times in the videos. His fur coat, ooh, and he's outside, I gotta let him in. His fur coat is so thin, he just shivers and shivers and shivers. So, oh, he's sitting here. Oh, he's shivering. Oh, let's let him in. Come on, boys. Goodness. So, no, it's too early. They're wanting their lunch, and it's too early. They eat at 3 o'clock. But, oh, thanks for that. Looked right in front of me about trip. Anyway, so that's the update. So I'm going to switch hands. So I'm going to work on trying to upload this video, and then try and maybe plan out some other videos to do for YouTube. So that'd be fun. I'll do that. There they are. Hey boys. So I'll do that and read. I'm not sure how much reading I'll get done today, but you'll see. I'll try to get a good chunk done and just go from there. So I will check in with you laters. Happy Wednesday, the 28th. It's 10:27. I didn't do any update yesterday. I was not feeling well. So after I did the update on Monday, my health just took a decline. I just got sick and was not doing well. Yesterday was the worst. I think I had a little low-grade fever like Monday night into Tuesday morning, because I would wake up and I would be like sweating all along my hairline. I was clammy, and I just felt hot type of a thing. Nothing serious. It was just a little stomach bug. So I'm doing better today, but still not back to my normal self. So I'm going to take it easy as far as eating goes again today. Just what they call the brat diet, I think is what they call it. So banana, rice, applesauce, toast, just stuff that's very mild. So yeah, that's the update so far. I didn't do much reading. I did a lot of sleeping yesterday since the last update. So I'm still working on Big Little Lies. There is no way I'm going to finish my whole October TBR by the end of Halloween. So yeah. But that's okay. This is still book number 7. This I plan on finishing before the end of the month, so I will still be happy. I am now on page, though, I did get a little bit more read. I'm on page 161. I am still enjoying it. So right now, this far in, I figure if it stays at this pace, it's going to be between a 4 and a high 3-star, like 3.5 to a 4-star. If it stays at the pace that it's going and the enjoyment rate that it's going. So we'll see. It's still got a ways to go, so that could be bumped down. It could go up. I don't know. We'll see. Could stay the same. So that's the update. I got in the mail. I ordered some candles from Bath & Body Works. My favorite is their Twisted Peppermint. And so, yes, I did get a Twisted Peppermint. But I wanted to try some other ones. And so I saw this one. Peppermint Sugar Cookie. If you can see that. Pretty. So I thought, I like peppermint. Peppermint is my favorite fragrant, and just, yeah. So I got it. It smells better when it's burning. When it's burning, you get a hint of the sugar cookie, but you get mostly the kind of chocolatey peppermint is kind of how I would describe it. But it is so good. Still not my favorite. Does not dethrone my favorite, which is the twisted. Oh crap! I just forgot Twisted Peppermint or whatever it is. So anyway, but I'm saving that for a little later on. I've got another candle or two I want to burn before I get to that one. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I'm just gonna kind of take it easy. Read when I can. Still not, again, feeling 100%, but definitely better than yesterday. So, yeah. Definite, like I know, I think I said it before, but a definite trigger warning that I've come across in Big Little Lies is spousal abuse. So, just definitely be aware of that if you're interested in that. I'm trying to think, there's not really anything, I really didn't do anything, there's not really anything to update you on. So I think I'll just go ahead and do that for here, because I'm just going to go and work, so this will be my only update for today. So I'm going to go ahead and clock in, make up a little bit of time, and then hopefully be able to update you a little bit more tomorrow, and go from there. So, yeah, but I hope you guys are doing well so far, and are enjoying a good book. Yeah. So I'll just check in at some other time. I'll check in with you later. So happy Thursday. It is 9:30, so I'm just about ready to start work. A little bit of an update. I've read some more in Big Little Lies. I am still really enjoying this book. I am on page 203, which is chapter 23, 32, 32. Chapter 32. So, we have the trigger for domestic abuse or spousal abuse. There's also a trigger for, I want to say, along the lines of sexual assault to rape. It may have started out as consent, and some actions were not wanted, asked to stop, and it just kind of went from there. And so it just was not a good situation for that. So they're definitely a trigger for that as well. So just be aware of that. But other than that, I am enjoying the book so far. So just depends on if I can get a break today, how much I can get read. So probably not a lot today. My mom and I want to watch Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, so we're thinking we're going to watch that. And I have to work, so pretty uneventful. We, in our area with trick-or-treaters, don't get a lot of trick-or-treaters. It's been that way since we moved in here when I was, how old was I? 14? Yeah. 14. So, over 20 years. That just kind of dates me there, doesn't it? Anyway, they just don't come. And so because we don't get trick-or-treaters. And I live in a circle. And so the other houses really don't do trick-or-treaters either. And so people just don't come in a circle for one, for one house that will have its porch light on to invite trick-or-treaters. They just don't. We might get one or two. But so we just kind of keep our light off, which is in essence good because it stirs the dogs up really bad with the constant doorbell ringing if it were to be that way. But they don't come anyway. So we don't waste our money on candy that we're just going to eat that we don't need. So yeah. So we don't really celebrate as far as that goes. Maybe watch a spooky movie, but that's it. So I'm still working on Big Little Lies by Liane Moriarty. I'm about halfway. So just about halfway. I'm on chapter 36. I really am enjoying it. I've wanted so bad to read, but there's just been other stuff that I've had to do. Like I'm getting my planner ready for November. So I finally have that laid out as far as like my work schedule. And I had to talk to 2 coworkers to try and get my Saturday shift changed. Because our Saturday shifts rotate. So one shift will work like 8 to 6:30 and then I'll work, it'll ratchet back in like an hour and a half. And so like 9:30 till whenever, and it just kind of just keeps going like that. So that just rotates. But where I'm still helping my mom with grocery shopping while she's still in the sling from her shoulder surgery, which she's doing fabulous. Her recovery is going very well. But she still needs help with grocery shopping, especially with pushing the cart. It's hard to push a cart one-handed. She can't really do anything with the one arm yet per doctor's orders. She's got to continue to let that heal. And she's only at like the 3-week mark now, I think. Or she will be this coming like Monday or Tuesday or something like that. So she's about at the 3-week mark. So I still gotta have to help with that. So I had to switch my Saturday schedules for the first 2 Saturdays in November so that I could go grocery shopping with her so that I could push the cart and reach for stuff that would be awkward for her and stuff like that. So, and I needed time to do that, to then get home, help her put the groceries away, and then be able to clock in for work. So I had to get that switched. I've talked to my 2 coworkers. They are great. One only had to make a 30-minute switch, so that was perfectly fine. The other one, she's, instead of doing like the afternoon 10 to 8:30 shift, she's now working 8 to 6:30, which she's perfectly fine with. So that's great. So I'm going to read today. I do want to plan out some videos for YouTube for November. So I'm going to do that in a little bit. I also want to watch some YouTube and BookTube. But one thing I do need to do is my budget. So I'm not going to get as much reading as I would like to today, but I will read today. And I hope to read quite a bit. Especially since tomorrow's the last day in October. I really want to get this book done. I've been in the mood to read and I want to read. I've just had life, you know, you just get stuff that you got to do that takes priority, and doing my budget is one of those. So that's that. I've been logging into work and I've just finished my breakfast. I had a blueberry bagel with blueberry cream cheese. Oh, so good. Loved it. So my stomach's doing a lot better because I felt like I could handle something more substantial than just toast and stuff. But so I'm watching right now on YouTube. I was watching while I was eating breakfast. This gal, her name is Ashley Nicole Vlogs. She has 2 channels. One is, and I just backed out too far. Hang on. I think it's just Ashley Nicole is the one channel name. The other one's Ashley Nicole Vlogs. So I'll link her channel below. I really like it. She's I don't know, it's hard to describe her. Her videos are very enjoyable and relaxing and and motivational in a way, and I really like it. And even just it's like motivational to, you know, try and get in a better mindset. She's about to go clean this little closet cupboard area. Her video that I'm watching right now is sponsored by Noom. So she kind of went over that. So, and I watch her. Her sister has a channel, and I love her sister's channel too. Her sister, and I'll link her sister's channels below as well. And she's really popular. Alicia Marie is the one channel, and her vlog is Alicia Marie Vlogs. She just cracks me up, and with Alicia, I think it'd be cool to get to know her. I think she'd be fun person to meet and get to know. But she lives in California. I'm in Utah. I don't think that'll happen. Be cool though. Her and her sister, I think they'd be fun to get to know. And with Alicia Marie, her videos just brighten up my day type of a thing. She's just, I don't know, her videos are so fun. That's really all I could say. I mean, they're awesome. I'll put them down below. If you have not by chance heard of her or her sister, Ashley, definitely check them out. So worth it. Love their channels. Great editing, things like that. But yeah, I mean, they do fun challenges too. Like there was this one that Alicia and Ashley did with their 2 roommates where they spent 24 hours on their kitchen counter type of a thing. And then it got to the point where they're kind of trying to, the ones that were left were trying to bribe each other to see who would get down first to win some money and stuff. It was fun. They do fun things like that. Her and her sister do stuff. And like one time, several videos back, I think they spent 24 hours handcuffed together. They switched rooms one time. So they do fun challenges like that and a bunch of other fun stuff. Their videos are they're fun. So I'll try and remember to link their channels below. If by chance you've never heard of them or ever seen them, definitely worth checking into, and I think subscribing. They're awesome. So I am just finishing up the one from Ashley Nicole Vlogs. So yeah. So I don't know, just awesome. So I do recommend it. So I'm going to do that. Going to finish that. I have about 6 minutes left in it, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to read a little bit, and then I'm going to work on my planner a little bit, and then read some more. So then I got a budget. When am I going to budget? I don't want to do it this early because I want to make sure I'm fully alert, so don't make any errors that shouldn't have been there type of a thing. So I think I'll wait until I'm a little bit more alert and awake. But yeah, so that's the morning so far. So hopefully I'll check in a little bit later, and go from there. And yeah, so I will just kind of keep you posted if I can throughout the day, and as the day goes. Depends on how busy it is with the work and breaks and all of that. And I'm gonna light my I'm gonna light my candle so I can enjoy the smell. My peppermint sugar cookie. Doesn't smell as good unlit when you sniff it compared to when it's lit. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna do that. I had to go turn on the heater. It was cold this morning, so I've got that going now. So I've got my sweat jacket on. So yeah, so that's my plan. And I will just check in a little bit. So it is 1:55. I have not read very much more yet because I've done my budget. And that went better than I had anticipated. So sometimes it kind of makes me wonder, did I forget something? But I have to remind myself, this is the third, I get paid every other week. And so this was the third paycheck up for the month of October. So it is going to seem like there's a little extra funds because not as much of withholdings is in the check. So that was kind of nice. Anyway, so my mom came home early from work. She is just exhausted. She came home early, so she's just gonna take it easy the rest of the day. If you think about it, I mean, where she's only hitting the 3-week mark from her surgery, you know, she's bound to be tired, especially when she doesn't like to be sedentary or not doing anything. So she was, as soon as the doctor was able to release her, she was back full-time at work instead of taking a week and being half-time, you know, or half days at work for the week just to get her feet back under her. She was full throttle, full force. So she is very tired. So understandable. So she came home early, so that she can recoup some more and feel a little bit better and stuff. So that's good. And she was so sweet. She really wanted McDonald's for lunch, so she brought home McDonald's. So I had chicken nuggets and fries, and so that's been eaten. Not sitting very well with the way my stomach has been, but it was okay. And it's been a while since I've had McDonald's, and I have to admit, it was good, but at the same time it was just okay. You know, the food tasted good, it was fine, but at the same time it was just like, I think I'm kind of over McDonald's, you know? I don't know. I mean, I ate it and it was fine. It tasted just fine. It was good, but at the same time it was just like not fully satisfying, you know? It was like lackluster. Fell short of what I would have wanted, I guess. And I don't know what I would have had instead, but probably would have made myself a grilled cheese sandwich. That would have been good. That would have been better. Should have done that. Anyway, that's said and done, and so moving on. So the other thing that I have done is I have finished mapping out my month of November. So I have my work schedule written down. I have my doctor's appointments in there. I've got the shifts on Saturday flipped that I needed to get flipped. I mentioned that earlier. I have a little reminder. In the United States, our daylight savings is tomorrow. So between the October 31st and November 1st is when the clocks will fall back an hour, is what it is. So we have to set our clocks back Halloween evening by 1 hour, so that we're good come November 1st. So I've got a little reminder. If I haven't set the clocks back, they definitely should be back come November 1st. So, but like the clock on my phone and stuff does it automatically, so I'm not too worried about it. I'll just have to remember to do that, to go out to my car and reset the clock in my car. It's pretty much the only one I have to do, which is kind of nice. The other thing I have marked in my planner is what videos I want to do for the month of November. So I have that all planned. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm not going to say what it is. You'll just have to watch what the videos are. You'll just have to watch. But I am excited. to get those up. And I just have to, now what I have to do with my planner, I'm just turning the page so I can see it. Now I just need to go through and plan. So I have the month blocked out and planned. Now I just need to go through. Credit, this is Christine.
Hey Christine, just verified some information.
Okay, what's the account number?
216-287-2579.
For Debbie and Thomas?
Yes. Yes.
Let's see. Oh, so you've added the joint and we need to pull their credit again.
Okay.
That's what it looks like because we haven't looked at Thomas's credit. Okay. All right. I'll get that pulled and then we will take a look at that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, get out of it. So I have the month planned. Now I just need to, and I don't want to plan every single week. So I have the basic bare bones planned for the month of November. So I'm just going to, at the end of each week with my planner, is go through and plan the next week and kind of map it out in a little bit more detail. So what I'll need to do is now I need to go through the first week of November from Monday through Sunday, and I'm going to plan what days I want to film, what videos, what days I'm going to edit. So I already have the dates picked that I want certain videos uploaded, so I just need to schedule the uploading, film them, and edit them on all of that. So that's good. And then just whatever else I want to track as far as like maybe listening to a mindfulness thing, watching and learning some stuff on like maybe because I did sign up for Skillshare because there is some things that I want to watch and kind of learn a little bit more. So maybe I'll kind of pick what days I want to watch a video from that. But yeah, and I need to decide what habits I want to work on for the first week of November. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to plan on reading some more. So yeah, so that's what I've done so far today. I've only read, since I've checked in earlier today, I've only read 2 chapters, so less than 10 pages. But I'm going to go ahead and, but again, sometimes it's kind of hard to read with work, so I might not be able, well, and I'm already closed today. Not going to get much reading, probably during my lunch break in about probably 2.5 to 3 hours will I get to really read. But, so yeah, so we'll do that. So yeah, that's the update so far. I'll try and update you again a little bit later today, and I hope you guys are, if you are getting excited for Halloween, great. Again, I'm not really going to do much except work, so that's the size of my day so far, and I will just update you in a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and end the vlog here. It's close enough. This is my last break from work. Still working on Big Little Lies by Liane Moriarty. This is sitting at, I mean, I'm just over halfway and I am enjoying it. Definite triggers for spousal abuse or domestic abuse and sexual assault, bullying by children would be one, but I am enjoying it. I think, I mean, obviously we'll see how it ends, but if I had to rate it right now, I'd probably rate it at a 4, because I am really enjoying it, rating out of 4 stars. So we'll see if it stays that way. I hope so, but until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book. If you're so inclined, please subscribe and like and leave a comment down below, and in the description box I will list the other channels that you can, not channels, but my social media that you can find me at, like Goodreads and Instagram, and any channels that I've mentioned I will, and books as well, I'll have in the description bar description box below. So again, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I will talk to you later.